episode of No Huntsville, a web episode. We haven't done one in a little while now, so we're kind of glad to be back doing what we normally do.
Let our hair down.
Exactly. And do we want to thank anybody? Yeah, we want to thank Pinhook Provisions for the studio and all of our other sponsors who stuck with us throughout the year.
Natural
that we've been
Light.
here. Natural Light. But we're here today to talk to the guys from the GAD Zine out of Gadsden, Alabama.
That's it.
Promoting all kind of local underground music scene.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fair to say.
Local,
all right, guys,
semi-local.
thanks for coming in and hanging out with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, so why don't you kind of explain exactly what you're trying to do with the zine?
Okay. This is.
It's free. Let's get that off.
Yeah,
right
first
off
of
the bat,
all-
which is great.
Best part.
These zines are free.
Right.
So, basically, if you can't find one at a store, where they have them up on the counter or whatever, then you can find us online and send us your mailing address, and we'll mail them to you.
Okay, nice.
We want to make sure that everybody can have one. It's a great way to promote all your favorite local bands and also local artists. We have poetry, we have all sorts of stuff in here.
Okay, nice.
So basically, anybody who's being creative, we want to know about it and put it in here.
Sweet. So, just so everybody knows, they can find us facebook.com/punkmail. You guys are on Twitter if you look up GAD Punk. And then also you had gadpunkzine.blogspot.com as well. We're going to put across the interview some information so everybody can check it out. So why don't you talk a little bit what got you guys started doing this?
Well, I have a band. I have band Tiger Helicide.
Okay.
Played out here a few times. Well, I wanted to have a zine to send our demos to be reviewed, and I couldn't find one around here. So
all right.
we didn't know how much was going on. We knew there was bands playing out here and stuff, but we didn't know how much was really going on anywhere.
When you say out here, you're talking about Huntsville.
Huntsville.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Huntsville, but really all around Alabama.
Yeah, Birmingham.
Yeah, we didn't know about.
Sort of the northern Alabama sort of.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So, because I had just gotten out of it, I just hadn't been around any scenes or anything for a while, and family, that kind of thing. And then after we started talking about it, we set up I don't even know if I have it in here, but we have a GAD Punk group on Facebook also.
Okay.
So we set that up and we started talking to people, and there was a whole ton of people from Huntsville talking to us all the time on there. Brad Posey's a big one, talking to all the time.
Right, sure.
So started realizing there was a lot more going on. People were into starting a zine, so that's what we did. We tried to figure out the best way to do it. We thought about doing a magazine, on newsprint, like a Maximum Rock and Roll kind of thing.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And for that, we would have had to been trying to sell them to people and everything else, and that doesn't help us promote.
The whole advertising side is terrible, man. It's
Yeah.
it's tough getting that money together for sure.
And there's not any big printing places in Gadsden really, so a lot of them kind of piggyback onto other things being printed to kind of cut the cost and stuff like that. We went around to a couple of places to see what it would cost to get it printed out, and it was
much.
ridiculous.
Too much.
Yeah.
For something that we were going to do in our spare time for free.
So how are you doing this now? How are you putting this together now to keep those costs?
We've
down?
actually purchased our own photocopier.
That's it.
Yeah, our own
Boom.
photocopier.
And then you have Staples.
Yeah.
And now you got a zine.
This is how I did my zine in high school.
Okay.
I had a zine in high school, and that's what we thought about. It's like, what's the easiest way to do it? And that guarantees that it gets out. We're not
Right.
waiting for somebody to bring it to us. We don't have to worry about other people's shipping costs or anything like that.
Or,
we have what
we
we put
were
it out when we can.
We were hitting up Office Max trying to print 200 or 300 copies at a time,
Yeah.
and that was killing us.
How do you decide who gets to write in the zine? Can people like review shows or review CDs and
Yes.
send it to you and
In fact, we encourage everybody to do that. We could use a lot
So
more
you're,
people.
so you're
writing
looking
for us.
you're looking for more contributors.
Yeah, always.
And that can be
Tons.
almost anybody who goes to shows, on a continual basis probably could have a good word about
Absolutely.
what's going on, right?
Absolutely. In fact, we don't have enough show reviews in these.
Okay.
So we have you'll notice lots of album and demo reviews, and we'll have a
Right.
few show reviews for big events. But I would love for us to have a lot more just a review talking about, I saw these great bands playing the show.
yeah? I noticed on your website you had the blog on there as well. It was really well written. I noticed there's a couple different authors. Is that the same? Are
Same.
you open with that as well?
Same as that. Yep. I want to encourage more people to write. I always want to encourage more people to create anyway.
Right.
So just more people writing, that's only going to help everybody else.
How are you getting these out? How do you distribute them?
Well, we have a mailing list, and then we have certain friends that'll take them around to businesses. We send them a whole bunch.
We try to send them to shows whenever we know somebody's going or if we're
Yeah.
going, stuff like
Right.
So if you see this and you want to help these guys get this zine out, because it's a great zine,
Thanks.
get in touch with them and you send some and they could, you know, maybe.
that. And we have a P.O. box that people can just send us in demos or art, or if they want something they want to contribute.
If
Stuff
they're
like
if
that.
they're not internet savvy,
Yeah.
they don't feel like sending all their stuff. They want to send us a notebook with the stuff in there. Then
That'll
we
work.
get, we
then
get
they
people
can just
sending
mail
us.
it to the post office box.
We get
which
people
is-
sending us like collage art, stuff like that. We
Oh,
can
nice.
try to put in, yeah.
So, what is your hopes for this thing as far as growing, and what would you like to see next? That some like stuff that you want to do that you can't do because it's still smaller, and maybe not you don't have many people contributing. What would you like to see happen with the zine as a whole?
I'd like for it to come out more. I'd like to be able to put it out more consistently and in more consistent.
Because right now you're
locations.
talking about once every other month. I think is what you said
Every other
earlier,
month.
right?
And that's if all of our finances line up correctly and that
Right.
kind of things. We have people, we survive off of our own money and just people contributing stuff. We got actually the band Punch. They played a really great show out here with us and the Casket Kids.
Nice.
Right.
New Year's Eve. They actually sent us a bunch of stamps for us to mail out. We got that.
I was
mail
gonna say,
first.
yeah. So,
Anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any way other people can contribute. This is
Yeah.
your 10th issue,
Mhm.
right? That's what the X is for,
Yeah.
right there. But you've been doing this for a couple of years, so yeah. So I guess the big thing was try to expand some of the
Mhm.
readership by getting more the
Mhm.
mailing list.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I guess I think it would be good to get it out in more places like Vertical House, like Copper Top, and if you guys want. You can have space for it here, and
Absolutely.
anybody wants to come get it here. If you
That would
give
be
it to us,
awesome.
we'll
Yeah.
distribute it out of here too. So
That'd be great.
it'd be kind of cool. So why don't you give everybody out there what some of your favorite local bands are, since this is what your magazine about.
Yeah.
Why don't you name off some good bands that you guys like to see play?
Tiger Helicide.
Love Tiger
Tiger
Helicide.
Helicide.
They really speak to me.
The color Wild.
They get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Color Wild out of Gadsden area. They're really good. They're really good. I like them. And he's the singer of that actually has contributed the last couple of issues. He interviewed Henry Rollins for the last issue for
Oh,
issue 9.
Sweet.
Nice.
So
What's some Huntsville bands you guys like? seeing?
Huntsville bands. That's what I was about to get to.
Yep, gotta rock the Boneyard Mafia.
Boneyard
Okay.
Mafia.
Nice.
Let me see here. The
Big Gaping Hole, I like them.
dirty.
Is that Brad Posey?
No, that's
No,
Ronnie.
Mhm.
Ronnie's little band.
That's right. Okay.
It's really good. I like them. I like. I think the Dirty Swagger puts on really great shows. I really like watching them play.
What bands don't you like?
Let's just start talking shit.
Okay, actually, that is a very good point. This is actually why this is so difficult. Is what I love about Huntsville is the bands in Huntsville that I shouldn't like, I like.
Okay, give an example of that.
So Dirty Swagger,
Okay.
they're out here. they play
Why?
all the
Wait.
time.
Why do you say that you shouldn't like?
They're not the kind of music I like. At
Okay, all right.
Except they make me like it.
because they're.
There's something about it. There's some kind of a. I don't know if it's some kind of independent punk rock edge or some kind of thing. They find something cool about that kind of music, and I just end up loving it. And it's true. That's
Nice.
absolutely true. So I
Cool.
actually like it. And I mean, not just seeing them live. Like when I hear like a recording of their stuff,
Mm.
it's like sounds good.
A lot of it's, I think, is the attitude. Because Huntsville has this whole thing going on where everybody's just happy, upbeat, and awesome, and everybody just when you
Yeah.
talk about other bands with them, they're like, "Oh yeah, those guys are great." Like, you never
Right.
hear a bad thing
That's
from
a
them.
constant theme.
I was about to say that. So we have tons of bands come through here, and usually I mean, all the time it's always positive about other
Yeah.
bands. There's a lot of collaboration.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of bands promoting each other, and
Yeah.
I think and we definitely think the venues are getting better. We're seeing other like Maggie Myers and
Yeah.
Copper Top and
Yeah.
Palace and stuff like that. We're seeing some good places actually having good shows. I mean, we're about to talk about Selena, right? She's
Mhm.
going to be promoting the Queers playing here, which is
Yeah, Selena's awesome.
which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Yeah,
so.
she writes for this all the time.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
writes.
I noticed. I saw
Yeah.
one of the articles
Yeah,
written by
right
her.
there. There you go.
Right there.
Right in front of me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
When we started the zine, one of the things we were really conscious about was trying to, because we're both pretty negative people.
Very
Like,
negative.
we-
Tiger Helicide is very negative.
we could talk shit about people all day long,
Right,
but
yeah.
there was this
That's what bonds us.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of times with kind of smaller cities and local bands, is you get a lot of negativity in the scene. You know, you get a lot of people bashing each other. So they think there's only so much room to do something. There's only, we don't even have any venues out there right now, really.
Right.
You know, there's a couple of places that do a few things, but there's only so many spots. So you got to try to put yourself over everybody else. So when we started doing the zine, we really wanted to make it a point to try to be uplifting and not bash anybody, and try to be as positive as we could, even though it goes against both of our natures.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of people who I hate, but I like their bands, and I try to separate that. And a lot of people have a hard time doing that.
Right.
I'll be like, some of my favorite bands I do not get along with.
No, well, I mean that also goes beyond just local music. I had this conversation with somebody else, like, well, I don't like that band because that lead singer sucks, because he's a dick. And I was like, wow, that really limits the ability to listen to certain music, because most of the great music out there is by people who are just terrible personal
If
people.
you meet anybody
right?
from a band, they're probably a dick.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, guys, I really appreciate you coming in. I'm excited about the zine. Hopefully, it gets bigger as the scene gets bigger here and also in Gadsden as well. So,
Huntsville's helped us tremendously.
yeah, and I think the scene is getting better here. As we have more bands come in, we really are recognizing that. We're seeing some of that sort of community unity sort of deal, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I like enterprises like this that are solely out of their the love for whatever they're doing. That's what this show does.
Or the
here.
hate.
Or the hate of what. Yeah, exactly. Same deal. Whatever motivates you, as long
Right.
as it's driven for the right reasons, and
Yeah.
it seems to me this one is. I think it's worth promoting. So you'll have a voice over here at No Huntsville, because I think it's a great idea, and hopefully promoting the scene.
Thank you.
And please check out these guys, facebook.com/punkmail. Also on Twitter, look up GADPunk, and then gadpunkzine.blogspot.com. Guys, thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. All right, check these guys out.